I'm a musician. I'm a bass player. I remember when I was making my first gigs, and I remember going to venues and seeing the guitar players having wonderful toys. I had a bass, and if I was lucky, I would get a hold of an amp. So for me, what Darkglass represents is that we can also have very premium gear. We can also develop products made for bass players, and they're made by bass players. And that's pretty much the reason why we decided to go into this very challenging path to create a multi-effect for bass players. Making a multi-effect is absolutely not easy. It does take a big and talented team. I think Anagram is the result of that quest.
My favorite thing about this unit is, of course, I will say everything. We try to create a very appealing device with a beautiful UI. We also try to make a unit easy to operate that feels elegant, premium, to encourage people to be more creative and also just to play with the device.
I listen. That's my main role. For me, it's very important that the things we do are very high quality. We aim to do something that can actually stand time, that we don't have all of the effects in the world because we have to have all of them, but we have the effects that we actually think have some substance. And I think it's a good mix of kind of trying to be classic in a Darkglass sense, trying to be innovative, trying to be artistic, kind of like that it's fun, that it gives you that kind of thrill, but also to have the basic building blocks of a good bass tone. We also have a very big library of IRs. If you want something very classic from or very old vintage, or if you want something very modern, we have an extensive library. When we realized that we can do better, and that we found solutions to problems that maybe others hadn't found, and we could improve it. And now the end result, where we ended up, is something that I'm really proud of.
I'm the founder of Mod Audio, and we bring about a decade of experience on doing embedded devices using real-time Linux. It's very lean, very fast, very stable. The actual device acts as a plugin host. The most cutting-edge technology can be easily absorbed into the product to turn into a feature. To give some examples, the Nero Amp Modular, this is something that generated quite a hype inside the guitar industry, and we could easily integrate it into the product because of the OS. It runs very well. It's very exciting.
Working on Linux audio, I think the more fun, so to speak, is the actual challenge. A new field, especially like with the hard real-time requirements, that you don't learn almost anywhere else because it's very niche. So if you want to do something, there are the cases where you have to do it yourself because some of these things no one did it before.
The fact that we used a system and module that supports Linux, that was the most complex thing we have ever done, and it demands a lot from the electronics. The new feature I really wanted to have with this was the USB power. And the reason why we haven't had USB power before is that it's easily noisy. So I had to tackle the noise to make sure that the audio is good.
The innovation, the communication with the suppliers, we are constantly giving them feedback all the time about our processes. We sometimes have ideas that we don't know how to execute, and they come back with some solutions or some new materials, some new processes. It's all the time a contribution between suppliers and Darkglass. They're always trying to help us reach the next level.
I believe that this is the most exciting product because it's the most complex of our catalog. So we had to learn how to test, how to build, how to validate the parts. I think that the team is fully committed to every kind of project because they love what they do. everyone here, we work together, and every single unit that we ship out is the best that Darkglass can deliver to the customer.
What I think that is different about Anagram is that it's an open ecosystem. We can run plugins, we can run IRs, we can run convolution reverse, we can run a lot of external content. It's a host. It's open to the external developers. So this is an invitation to create something together.